All right. My name is Mark, or Mookie, if you prefer, from the independent 88.5 FM in Los Angeles and Orange County. So rarely do we get to speak with rock and roll royalty. I'm really excited to be joined by Billy Idol today for an 88.5 live session. Hello, hello.
I thought, thank you, Mookie. Fantastic to be here.
Thanks for taking the time. BillyIdol.net is the website. The Roadside EP is a brand new 4-song release, should be available on September 17th. People could pre-order it right now. Our listeners have heard the brand new single called Bitter Taste. And pretty soon we're actually going to get a performance of some certifiable Billy Idol hits along with the brand new song. Some of the subject matter in this brand new EP, if you don't mind touching on that just a little bit, because reading between the lines a little bit on the Bitter Taste song seems to be a bit of self-reflection going on, or am I way off?
Yeah, I mean, we were writing these songs because kind of at the beginning of the coronavirus pandemic, kind of May, somewhere there, May of 2020. So we could see what was going on. And usually when I write songs, with writing about an experience you've had, I usually like to let it kind of like marinate inside me and then let it come out naturally. So I kind of knew if I tried to write a song about the pandemic immediately, I didn't think it would come out that naturally, So I sort of thought about, well, what can I write about that was a kind of a similar time in my life where I had sort of a massive problem to overcome, something horrible that was happening to me that was going to affect me into the future. How can I talk about something like that, for people to sort of give them something to sort of identify with? And I thought about my motorcycle accident that I'd had 30 years ago. I'm very glad to say it was 30 years ago. I mean, 31, I think now. So I was always really glad, that it was a long way away from it because it was a horrible moment. But it was a time where I kind of had to come to grips with a lot of things that were, detrimentally affecting me. I'd sort of become a massive drug addict and everything. I really had come out to Los Angeles to sort of ride motorcycles and not be a drug addict and not live a sort of a vampire existence. So I was living a bit of a vampire existence in New York. My kind of being on MTV, the sort of fame and just people seeing you, I was always trapped in some tiny little room, which in the end, what can you do in a tiny little room apart from write songs and play music? Well, you can take drugs, So, so I kind of came out to Los Angeles to kind of have fun, but ride cycles, but put the drugs on a back burner. But that's not kind of what happened. I sabotaged myself completely, and then there I am, lying in the road with my leg messed up. I was lucky I didn't do anything worse. They were nearly going to cut my leg off. That's initially they were saying we can't save your leg. You can. So it was a horrible thing to face, and then the realization that you did it to yourself was even more stupid. So it was a big thing to overcome. And in the end, they could save my leg. They just come up with the sort of the grafts they could do, the remove muscles around, because I had a huge hole in my leg. They were able to move the muscles around, and the basic thing was they were able to save it. And I sort of got a second chance. And so I thought about that time in my life, and I thought, well, maybe if I write about that, because it was a bitter taste. I did have I had physical scars now, but I also had psychologically scarred myself. I was sort of imprisoning myself in drug addiction for so long. And
even at the height of it all, man, you're talking about 30 years ago. That was roughly 1991 or something. And man, Billy Idol one could argue, was more popular than ever at that time.
Yeah, that's right. Because, I was massive on MTV, and really meant that, everybody in the world knew what I looked like. It was bigger than being a musician in a way. It was you're a television star, it was like, and then it's really just people don't even have to know about music to know who you are. So it was a lot of sort of weird pressure, it's something I'd never imagined because, when I initially heard about MTV and everything, of course it was like, well, this is going to be a great platform for the music, but you never thought about how many people would eventually start seeing you on a regular basis, and just what that would do to your life. So it kind of, I was a little bit imprisoned by how well known I was, but of course I was glad about it in lots of ways, because that's what you wanted. You wanted people to hear the music. But it also led me down certain other paths, drug addiction, and so I had to come to terms with all of that. And the motorcycle accident was the moment where I really started to go, I've really got to do something about this, and I had to face up to it, really. And I suppose in lots of ways I was hoping, really talking about that experience, an experience that scarred you, that left marks on you physically and mentally. It was going to take me some time to get over being a drug addict. It probably took me over 10 to 20 years to really sort of get some semblance of control. And whether you really have control or not, I don't know. You probably don't. You just have to. I had to stop knowing anybody who takes drugs or where to get them from or anything. And but I thought maybe this experience, this realization, maybe this, if I talked about that, it would in some way help people with getting through the pandemic, that you had gone through problems in your own life and to a certain extent solve them,
Pretty powerful imagery in, I guess, the last little segment of that music video for Bitter Taste. You kind of lying on the pavement in angel wings. Pretty amazing, right there.
Yeah. It's almost a surrealistic image. I mean, it's kind of fantastic. The video came out really great. Stephen Sebring did it. He works with Patti Smith a lot. So he's a really great artist. And so it was fantastic getting him directing the video. And I think it went really well with Bitter Taste. It's just fantastic. It was perfect. It's almost one of the best videos I've done in years, really. So I'm excited that I've got a great video to go along with a really great song.
Speaking of MTV, and I'll tell you personally, I was 10 years old in 1990, and MTV was playing the Cradle of Love video over and over again. And I remember telling people that Billy Idol was my idol, and I wanted to emulate you. And I had my parents buy me a Fender Stratocaster, and I remember it vividly, those times back when MTV, played music videos. Then it was later in life, I sort of, delved into some early Billy Idol stuff, Generation X, and all of that stuff. So you've got people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s who are mega fans of Billy Idol music. And a few years back, you played Cal Jam with the Foo Fighters here in California. And my sister and her boyfriend went out there, and they kept raving about the Billy Idol set. So now you've got sort of this younger demographic coming in and experiencing your music for the very first time, which is absolutely incredible. I did want to ask you if there's any artists these days that you are following, that you are a fan of, and also if you could talk a bit about your recent collaboration with Miley Cyrus.
Well, actually, yes. I was listening to sort of Kendrick Lamar and stuff, but I actually was listening to some Beer Bongs and Bentley's Post Malone album. I liked some of that. I liked Rockstar and Paranoid, and there's a few tracks on it I really liked. And then I was really interested when he did that song with Ozzy, so I went to sort of see one of his shows, and then that's where I sort of re-met Andrew Watt, and the producer who'd done the song with Ozzy and Post Malone and everything. And so he then worked with Miley, and I'd done a duet with Miley on iHeartRadio of Rebel Yell in 2016. So we'd always said, I'd love to, let's do a song together, a new song. So we're doing a new duet, and but we never sort of, a couple of years went by, and we never sort of did anything. But then me meeting Andrew, and then it just happened that he was doing Miley's album, and Miley said to Andrew, "Why don't we do a song that sounds like Billy Idol, sort of thing?" And he said, "Well, I've just been hanging with him. Why don't we do it with him?" And that was exactly what we wanted to do anyway. Do a new song where we were a new song we're duetting on. And so it was a perfect thing that, I knew Andrew, and I'd met him before in the early 2000s, so I already knew him. But it was fantastic. And then he had the Idol sound from the 80s down. He just had it down. So it was almost like this carbon copy of the sound we used to make. And then there it was. And then we wrote the song together, me, him, and Miley, and we wrote the song together, and it just came out fantastic. And then it was incredible this year to get the chance to do it at the Super Bowl, because that kind of broke up the kind of the quarantine or the pandemic, for me. And then being able to do it this summer with her at Lollapalooza, because when it came out last year, that's what we were going to do. We were going to go around all the festivals doing it together, and it all got cancelled. So at least this year we did get to do the Super Bowl and do a bit of night crawling, and that Lollapalooza we got to do. And that was a great show, the Lollapalooza. She had Wiz Khalifa and a number of other people coming out. And
that's incredible.
I was the first person that night, so it was fun.
Do you see a little bit of yourself in, the young Miley Cyrus? And do you take pride in sort of dropping some knowledge to the younger rock stars? Yeah, because you've kind of been there, done that.
Yeah, that's right. I have sort of been there and done it, and. But it's fun watching them, have fun creating their careers. They're creating themselves, just like we did, really. I know initially she was, on that in the Disney thing, but ever since she's done her own music, she's really she's more and more controlled what she's done, and her singing, I think, has improved dramatically in the last 4 or 5 years. She works very hard. That's what I can tell you, that she rehearses non-stop, and she just really works really hard. So she really cares about what she does, and that's great to see. And I hope we really cared about what we did, and we really, really loved what we did. And I hope that's what they get from us the most, that we really loved what we did. That's what you've got to do. You've got to do the thing you love and make it stick. And I can see she's doing that.
Mm-hmm. You've been committed to this music thing for a very long time. And we're going to get into the performance real soon here. You're a published author, a New York Times bestseller, Dancing with Myself. I wanted to ask you if you held back as far as writing about your past at all. I used to work with a guy who was a radio DJ back in the late 70s and early 80s. And the stories that, that was when DJs were larger than life. There was no Spotify, no YouTube, anything like that. So these guys were living the rock and roll lifestyle. And every story that came out of his mouth was just like, that can't be true, and just unbelievable. And a lot of his friends actually, never made it because of the drug addiction and all of these things. Did you hold back at all with the memoir?
Not really, no. I mean, I knew there was other people who might possibly write a book about me, and I knew they would put all that sort of stuff in anyway. So I just thought, well, I'll just cut them off at the pass, and I'll write about it too. I mean, also the publishers wanted me to write about other people I'd partied with and stuff, and I just wasn't going to do that, but I thought, well, okay, I can tell you all about me. I can tell you what I did, all the crazy, daft things. As far as I could remember anyway, there's a lot of stuff I don't remember, But yeah, I had fun writing the book. I mean, it's a little weird going through your life, but I enjoyed it. And I kind of enjoyed the descriptive part, the actual writing part of it, being descriptive and actually trying to get your life down in words, but in a way that really evoked it, your life. It wasn't just, I really did try to be descriptive, and I really did try to work the vocabulary and the way I really, even sometimes I'd sit there looking at a sentence, 'cause sometimes, when you look at a sentence, you can kind of see it doesn't feel right. It's not 100%. So you just change a couple of letters and you go, well, no, it's starting to feel and look right. So I was even doing shit like that,
even pining over one sentence in a full autobiography.
Crazy, but it worked, and you start seeing it looked better, or it sounded better, or the way it played out. So maybe that's from writing lyrics or something, that it was worth spending a bit of time just getting some of the sentences right and stuff. And so I kind of enjoyed it. I enjoyed I suppose the intellectual thing of doing it was fun. And so it was a little weird having to explain your experiences, but at the same time, yeah, New York Times bestseller, so that's not so bad.
No, it's great. What did it start with poetry for you back in the day, or just immediately writing music? I'm sure in your formative years there were some rock stars and musicians that you wanted to emulate, like Elvis Presley.
Yeah, or yeah, I mean, yeah, initially, yeah, be listening to other people's lyrics and things, and then, yeah, of course, you did try to write some poetry and stuff, but a lot of it would be, well, I'm trying to write a song, really. I used to, when I was a little boy, I used to make up pretend albums, you know. I did when I was 10 years old, I did one about my eyesight because I'm short-sighted, so it's called Blurry Vision, and it was a concept album, and each track was something to do with eyesight, you know. So who knows? You're always even back then. I was thinking about, you know, yeah, song track listing and
Right. Yeah.
Because that's what we wanted to do. Really, that was the fun you were seeing other people were having. You know, writing songs and putting out albums. It just looked like it was a hell of a lot of fun and much better than working 9 to 5 kind of thing.
I tell you, man. Yeah. You read about like Frank Black from the Pixies would go to shows back in the day just to figure out how many songs the band would need to put together a full set, you know, by watching other bands do their thing, you know, and that was early on with the band, the Pixies. Before we get into
because that's what we were doing. We're going to see every different kind of group we could, you know, even if we didn't like them, you know, sometimes you still go because you go like, this is just, yeah, but what equipment they're using? Or, you know, it was just what we were into. So, and it was just, what else was there to do? There was no computers. That's all there really was, you know, those are the music, arts, or the sports, and where we were into music.
Yeah. Before we get into the performance, it's a duo, the Billy Idol duo. Again, we're going to hear some hits. We're going to hear an acoustic version of the brand new song, Bitter Taste. What's your relationship like with Steve Stevens, who is accompanying you here?
Well, it's really fantastic. I mean, Steve's getting better and better as a musician. He's just getting better and better. And that means I have to keep trying to improve, you know, so he's just a great person, and his skill means I can go all over the map. That's the thing. I mean, I know that whatever I want to do, he can nail it. And you know, if I decide to do a country song, he can do it. If I decide to do a reggae song, he could do it. If I decide to do a full-on heavy metal grunge track, he could do it. You know, if I want to just do a straight-out Billy Idol, he can do it. You know, so right from meeting him, I could go all over the map musically. And I'd already sort of been doing that anyway in Generation X, the punk rock group I was in, but I really expanded it and kept on. And with the producer I had back in the day, Keith Forsey, he was like that too. He'd been in a number of different worlds. He'd been in an acid rock band, Amon Jewel too. Then he'd got into writing disco songs for Donna Summer. So he kind of had a large kind of, you know, repertoire of music he'd been involved in. And so I was able to explore all these different things with Keith and with Steve, and still am exploring. When I think about Butch Walker, who produced this album, he's a rocker guy, but he's worked with punk rockers, and he's also worked with Taylor Swift, and he's in the country world. So I knew whatever I wanted, that the country feel, a little bit of Bitter Taste, it does have a little bit of a country thing about it, a tiny bit, I think, sort of, you know, I like Johnny Cash and stuff like that. So
yeah, kind of a roots alt country feel.
Yeah,
you know, yeah, totally. So let's get into it. It's the Billy Idol performance. I can't believe I'm talking to you. I really appreciate you. There are some shows up ahead, including a residency in Las Vegas, which will be pretty cool. Let's hope that, you know, God willing, those happen.
Yes, that's it. We're not really sure what's going to happen, but yeah, let's hope that they'll be the only indoor shows with it. We just did a 12-date tour where we played outside, and that's so far that seemed to go off okay. But yeah, those Vegas shows will be the first ones that are indoors. All the others are outside, I believe.
How good does it feel after the pandemic to hit the stage? We found that artists are now just coming alive because it's been so long. Like we did some drive-in shows in Anaheim, and just to be there for the sound check, just to hear like the snare drum, in sound check was like the most magical feeling because it's been so long since we got that. But yeah, exactly. I imagine it's a good feeling.
That is exactly the feeling we get. And then the audience, you can tell the audience is hungry. And then they're just super happy that it's happening at all. You can tell that they've been starved of music, so it's a reciprocal feeling that's going on, and that is a beautiful thing. When both, you kind of both getting your rocks off together. It's fantastic. So yeah, I had one night I had to really gush to the audience how great it was that they were taking a little bit of life in their hands a little bit to come to the show, and because then you just don't know quite what's going to happen, so being very brave to do it. But yeah, the outside shows gave us the ability to feel maybe people be a little bit safer that way.
Right. Again, thanks for taking the time. We'll be following you, and we're happy to play the new Billy Idol stuff on the radio, and we're here for you every step of the way.
Oh, magic. I love hearing that.
I'm Billy Idol. I'm with Steve Stevens.
Hello. Good morning. Good morning.
And we're going to rock through a few of our songs. A new song we're going to be doing, but we're going to start off with a Billy Idol classic right now. And White Wedding. Sister, what have you done? Hey, little sister, who's your only one? Hey, little sister, who's your Superman? Little sister, who's the one I want? Hey, little sister, shotgun. It's a nice day to start again. It's a nice day for white wedding. Oh, it's a nice day to start again. Hey, little sister, what have you done? Hey, little sister, who's your only one? You see, I've been away for so long. I let you go for so long. Hey, little sister, shotgun. It's a nice day to start again. Come on, it's a nice day for white wedding. Ooh, it's a nice day to start again. Pick it up, come on, take me back home, yeah. There ain't nothing fair in this world, girl. Nothing safe in my world. And there's nothing sure in this world. nothing pure in this world. I look for something left in this world. Come on, start again. What you want? It's a nice day for white wedding. Ow. It's a nice day to start again. Whoa, it's a nice day to start again. What you want? It's a nice day for white wedding. White wedding, silk shedding, vice trauma, white wedding day. Start again, hey, hey, pick it up. Come on, take me back home. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, yes, White Wedding, that's a Billy Idol classic from way back, 1982, actually. It's kind of what broke us on MTV, I think. But we've got a new song out. We've got an EP coming out in September 17th, and then actually there's a single right now out with a video for it that's pretty cool. And we're going to do that now. It's from the Roadside EP, that's what's coming out on September 17th, and this is a song called Bitter Taste. The bitter taste on my tongue, the many holes, the damage done. Yes, it's bittersweet, a black on gold, and talk is cheap, oh so I'm told. I'm gonna ride this bike to the edge of town, roll to the bridge with my eyes shut and spit at the stars, and scream in the dark. Well, there's nothing I can do to change it now, but if I cut myself open, baby, you can read all my scars. Read all my scars. Hello, goodbye. There's a million ways to die. You should have left me way back by the roadside. Hello, goodbye. I was staring in the devil's eyes. You should have left me way back by the roadside. It's a bitter taste, jagged stain on my skin, broken leg, born again. My white glide, she's upside down, twisted frame, held my new crown. I'm gonna ride this bike till the break of day, rolling through the garden like the fountain won't take it away. I'm not gonna change. I'm gonna live so hard these broken wings will lift me to the sun so I can burn up in the flames again and again. Hello, goodbye. There's a million ways to die. You should have left me way back by the roadside. Hello, goodbye. I was staring in the devil's eyes. You taste. Whoa, whoa. It's a jagged stain. Whoa, whoa. It's a bitter taste. Whoa, whoa. I said a jagged stain. Whoa, whoa. Hello, goodbye. There's a million ways to die. You should have left me way back by the roadside. It's a bitter taste. All right, WXPN live at noon. I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying myself. It's nothing like it. It's nothing like having a great time, especially at my age. It's really fantastic to to jazz yourself up. I don't know, it just makes you feel great, and the blood's moving, the juices are flowing. And in fact, we're going to do a song that was a single for me and Steve back in 1987. It was a bit of a boogie woogie that came out, but we're going to do it as a rockabilly number. And this is an old Stax song, actually, that we covered. And we do it like say, rockabilly style, you know. So here we go. To be a lover. To wear a rubber. I think that's... Have I told you, yes, lately that I love you? If I didn't, now, darling, you see, I'm so sorry. Didn't I reach out and hold you in his loving arms? If I didn't, now, baby, you see, I'm so sorry. Well, when I realize that you need love too, gonna spend my life making love to you, and I got to be a lover. Have mercy, I forgot to be a lover, baby. Forgot to be a lover. I forgot to be a lover. Now make it on through to you somehow. Have mercy, I forgot to be a lover, baby. Did I ask you, would you come and share all the burden and the task that's at love's command? Didn't I say all those loving special things? Oh, you know I did, to show how much I care. Well, when I realized that you need love too, gonna spend my life making love to you, and I got to be a lover. Have mercy. Well, didn't I work all day as hard as I can, and work all night till it made me a man? I got to be a lover, babe. Have mercy. Well, when I realize that you need love too, gonna spend my life making love to you. Come on, baby, got to be a lover. Well, have mercy, my baby. Mercy, mama, have mercy. I've got to make it on through to you. Have I told you lately that I love you? If I didn't, now, darling, you see, I'm so sorry. But you know I really love you, baby. I really love you, baby. I really love you. I really need you. Whoa, all right. Yeah. Yes, I realize that you need love too. I'm gonna spend my life didn't make me a man, my baby. And I got to be a lover, yeah. Well, have mercy, my baby. Mercy, mama. Have mercy. Woo. I'm gonna make it on through. Got to be a lover. I got to be a lover. I got to be a lover, babe. We're gonna roll, roll, roll. Gonna roll, roll, roll. Rock and roll, roll, roll. Whoa! All right, well, that was To Be a Lover. That was, woo. We're back to the boogie woogie version. I don't know. No, that was. It's just fun doing the rockabilly version. It really is. All right, so I think I'll have just a drink of water. Hold on a minute. And then we'll just power through. Rebel Yell. Let's just do it, because it's nothing like just fucking doing it. Woo! Sorry about that. Oops, the F-bomb. Oh my God. Oh God, no. Last night a little dancer, she came a-dancing to my door. Last night the little angel, she came pumping on my floor. She said, come on baby, you got a license for love. And if it expires, I pray help from above. Because in the midnight hour, she cried moan, moan, moan. With a rebel yell, she cried moan, 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 moan. In the midnight hour, she cried moan, moan, moan. With a rebel yell, she cried moan, 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 moan. She don't like slavery, she won't sit and beg. But when I'm tired and lonely, she sees me to bed. I said, what set you free and brought you to me, babe? What set us free and leave you here loving me? Because in the midnight hour, she cried moan, moan, moan. With a rebel yell, she cried moan, 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 moan. In the midnight hour, she cried moan, moan, moan. With a rebel yell, she cried moan, moan, moan. He lives in his own heaven, collects it to go to 7-Eleven, yeah. Oh baby, out all night to collect your fare. Just so long you don't mess up my hair. You don't mess with the dude. for you, babe. 8,000 miles for you. Now who dried my tears of pain, babe? Said a million times, for you, for you, for you, for you. I'd sell my soul for you, babe. 'Twas for money to burn for you, for you. See, I'd give you all, I'd have none, babe. Just to have you here by me. Because in the midnight hour, she cried more, more, more. With the rebel yell, she cried more, more, more. In the midnight hour, she cried more, more, more. With the rebel yell, she cried more, 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 more. Ooh yeah, my little dancer, I know you need more. More, 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 more. Ooh yeah, my little angel, she want more. And more, 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 more. More! All right, thank you. Cheers. I enjoyed that. Magic.
Better than coffee. That's awesome.
88.5 FM, KCSN, and KCSN HD1 Northridge, Los Angeles. KSBR and KSBR HD1 Mission Viejo. A service of California State University Northridge and Saddleback College. Member-supported public radio. Streaming on the web at 885fm.org.